Yo folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Call of Duty, and now we are in Foy. And I think anybody who is a veteran of this game will agree with me when I say, let Foy fry. This level probably has one of the biggest impressions of everybody who's played United Offensive, just for this one bit that happens right at the end that makes you want to strangle everything. And with me, watching my slow descent into insanity is...
Hey everybody, it's the last Robo-Kai, and I guess this is going to be one of those situations where cool guy's suffering and my enjoyment sort of, both spike upwards. We need a graph.
Yeah, maybe that'll be part of the bonus material here. Just how much fun Robo-Kai is having. It's just like an inverse relationship to me.
We're not going to be stuck in another death loop, are we?
No, that doesn't happen. Though, I admit, that was pretty friggin' hilarious even to me. And before we get started on the actual mission, there's a few things that I noticed at the end of our last mission that I want to show off to you all.
Nice work, soldiers.
So the fun thing I found is that the two captains at the end, you might presume that they're invincible. They're not.
That's for taking Moody's glory, jerkholes. And that's just for being Captain Foley.
Oh, no. We've got even something funnier with Captain Foley, because this jackass is going to deserve every bit of this by the end of this, oh god.
And then meet me back at the CP at 09.
You're supposed to be dead. Why are you still talking?
Foley haunts the battlefield, giving terrible orders to everybody forever.
God bless.
Secure the town of Foy and clear the way for the 11th Armored Division. If we're late, the tanks will be sitting ducks for enemy artillery, so move quickly. On my signal, advance across the field and assault the village. Be advised that once we leave the tree line, there isn't much cover, so keep on moving. Questions?
No, sir.
No, sir. All right, we've lost a lot of men here. Make them pay, boys.
So I was immediately curious if he was still invincible. And he not only is, the game is tired of my shenanigans.
It was worth a shot.
So, yeah, anybody who's familiar with this one will know that there's a spot right at the end that is just fucking god awful, just awful. So that bazooka that I imported from the last level is going to be my way to sequence break. Though I still will be showing off exactly how awful everything is, just so everybody understands what the fuck.
Oh, there's so much for the hay bales.
Yeah. It's worth noting that, Moody keeps yelling at you to run, but on Hardened at least, if you don't stop and try to do something about that MG42, there's a fantastic chance you're gonna get cut down. I mean, it's way too accurate.
You can rest later. Stay here, you're dead. Get to that shed over there. Move! Hold up. Take cover.
There's the artillery that we were told about.
Yep.
They got a spotter in that village somewhere. Get your sniper. Damn! Riley, on me! Take that sniper rifle and scan the upper window. Nail that spotter.
Spend a minute getting acquainted with my sniping position, but
Getting intimate with that bush.
yeah. It's also fun how the artillery keeps making things, like, completely shake, so I miss all of my shots.
We gotta take out that 88. Move! Cover me!
I don't know what that other guy was doing standing out so blatantly anyway. Strikes me as a terrible idea in the first place. They got a spotter out there somewhere. Here, let me stand around giving orders so everyone knows who to shoot.
Yeah, the part of the metagame that I'm playing here is that you know, since I picked up that MP44 at the end of the last mission, it fills up the MP44 for me between missions. This is what I thought would happen back in Pegasus Bridge, but it didn't. But now I have plenty of ammo for basically the best gun in the game. So I'm actually able to run through carrying this bazooka around the entire mission.
All in preparation for the best worst part of the game.
Oh god. I mean, it's just a total fun killing moment. You'll see why. I mean, you can try to express why, but it's just, it really has to be seen for the impact to be felt.
Like impacts. That's plural. I'm already well girded for this. But I am enjoying still more of the hat flipping. Good old helmet pops.
It's really kind of weird because beyond that last moment, this is a fantastic level. You've got Moody, who's always entertaining. I mean, you've got a ton of really cool set pieces and some legitimately interesting and challenging encounters. And there's even a bunch of graphical flourish for you, owing to this mission's route again from Band of Brothers. Case in point.
Definitely on way to sort out a machine gun nest.
Also, Foley is still around here, somehow.
Lurking, ready to give us terrible orders.
Clear them out. Let's see if Jerry's home.
I don't think you have to worry about whether or not they're home.
Looks like he is. I love the traffic jam here. Everybody's just like, please let me in, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Form a straight, orderly line. Everyone gets a turn to shoot at a German and get shot in the face.
Mostly the latter.
Moody gets to go twice.
Only fair, since, you know, I mean, he's sort of invincible. There's actually a number of invincible soldiers around here. Moody's invincible, Anderson's invincible, and Whitney is also invincible.
I assume that means we're going to be seeing some hijinks involving them later.
Surprisingly enough with Whitney, not so much. Anderson does have a number of lines, though, so it makes sense as to why he's invincible.
I guess they didn't want to have you not have too many guys with you by the end.
I don't know. I mean, the only way that he's referenced in the game itself is when Moody gives those orders. He's always including Whitney.
Moody must really like Whitney.
Something like that, because I mean, he's legitimizing his plot armor.
Bag, grab some more granadas.
And they're right there.
Laid out on the table like cutlery.
Go back around and warn the armored guys. We'll rendezvous at the church. Say your prayers.
That's Whitney and Anderson.
Yeah, he's just sort of hanging out. He never really does anything. He just sort of hangs out and shoots people. As long as he does more of the latter, than the former, I'm okay with him. It's also worth noting that everybody except Anderson has that crappy freaking carbine that is almost a joke weapon.
Don't stop, guys! Come on!
Awful nice of him to wait until you've shot the targets before firing themselves, and then sort of just like emptying it into a wall there.
So there was a death cut there, and mostly it's just bad luck. There's one particular point in here where soldiers can be one place, they can be another, and you can get ambushed really easily. So yeah, there's not really any fun story behind that death cut.
Jerks in the trees.
I love it how they give, like, soldiers that they only figure are going to be shooting the MG42 as a Luger. I mean, they never give them a long arm.
I do wonder about that.
Well, the thematic basis, I imagine, is that they were the ones carrying the MG42, and those fuckers are heavy!
Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't really be wanting to carry any other sort of sidearm.
No, you are not carrying, you know, an extra 10 pounds of long arm and ammunition, and particularly if you're kind of dumb like that dude is. So yeah, he kicked over that table, and a kerosene lamp caught the entire house on fire. Good job, man.
Well,
You're doing Germany proud.
I don't really think his one fuck up was gonna you know, like be a war saver if he got it right anyway.
Also, ulcer brigades were kind of a huge thing at this point in the war, so I forgive him. For those of you who aren't sure what I'm talking about, ulcer brigades are a rather derogatory term for brigades of soldiers that were brought in later in the war after, you know, recruitment standards were lowered. You know, you could all of a sudden not have to be able to lift like 100 pounds over your head or whatever. Strength requirements were lowered, endurance requirements were lowered, even age requirements got relaxed, you know, just so there was enough soldiers to put on the front.
Covering fire!
Yeah, it's a nasty matter, that.
Yeah, and then you had stuff like Moody, you know, just coat hangering some dude who was writhing on the floor in pain.
And Moody will often look back at that moment, look to his grandchildren and say, that was the defining moment of World War II.
It was for him anyway. Never let it be said Moody isn't passionate about beating the crap out of Germans. It's borderline line shit, Jesus.
Damn place is broke! Right, get a charge planted on that tank!
Gotta.
If it shuts up that MG36 on the front of the Tiger, I'm okay with it. Seriously, that thing is driving me nuts by now.
It's really the opposite of the safest place to put a tank.
I mean, to be fair, it's really kind of difficult to know where to put a tank in a situation like that.
Surely there's some form of, like, tank feng shui.
Go!
Oh, Moody's gonna be pissed. One of his own guys just thanked the tankers.
He probably smiled when I coat hangered Captain Tanker to death.
Moody loves to punch Germans, but he really hates tank support. Just makes him mad.
That wasn't modeled though, so he just has to think it really hard.
Take cover!
So, I will be coming back for that MG34, or for that bazooka, but right now, I'm gonna need this MG34 for something very special.
I like the little range markers on it, that's cute.
They really did a very faithful job of recreating these weapons. Because, I mean, those are actually there on, you know, a real MG34.
Ready? Go, go, go! Cover me!
Don't break the window.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit amazed I didn't ruin that stained glass. Everybody's just getting down.
Okay, good. I was a bit worried there. Everyone's just aiming slightly lower at the moment. No one wants to ruin the pieces of history or things that got installed just last week.
I certainly don't care about blowing them up, though.
Oh yeah, well everyone knows stained glass windows are explosive proof. That is sweet. What was that sweet?
Fortunately, I was able to use the left click on him, and then he goes, "Oh, yours, Riley," and friggin' moves.
Seriously, you do not take cover against a hole.
All right, men, good so far. 11th Armored's coming in now. As soon as they get here...
German counterattack! Get up to that bell tower and take out their anti-tank crew! Nothing touches our Germans!
So as the strategic placement of the scoped car will tell you, they kind of intended for this to be a sniping section. I, however, find it much easier if you make this a machine gunning section, because I mean, your field of view is just so much wider, and you actually don't have a whole ton of time to both deal with the Germans with the Panzerschrecks and deal with all of the dudes who are inevitably going to want your ass on a platter.
Well, it was awfully nice of them to at least leave that machine gun sitting there for you.
Yeah, you know, this, again, it's one of the ways that this mission is really rather well designed in that, you know, they have the prescribed way for you of doing things, but there's also quite a bit of give, really. So, I really don't have anything bad to say about Foy if you ignore the last set piece in the mission. Of course, that set piece being what it is, it kind of consumes everything. Also, in this case, they ended up pushing me back off my nice little hidey hole, so you do get to see a little bit of sniping and see what I mean by, you know, field of vision.
I mean, if you ever put me in one of these sections, also know not to unlock the machine gun as well, because I hate people coming up outside of my field of view.
It's one of the recurring problems with all of these set pieces that I will complain about as being poorly designed to be too hard in this game, is that they will require you as a soldier to handle a much larger field of vision than any human could reasonably take care of. And I mean, that was one of the problems with the bunker assault last time. We had pretty much a 270-degree field of vision that we needed to control to be able to safely advance. There's no way anybody can do that. 90 degrees is pretty much your max.
I mean, this is before even the times when, like, games would start giving you little warnings when someone's nearby.
Alright, Foley. We need to have a discussion. First of all, fuck you, Foley!
We got it, Captain.
Secondly, no we don't, Moody.
Fuck! So what follows here is an absolutely uncut version of me doing this section as it was intended, okay? Now, there are 4 machine guns across that bridge. 2 on the ground level, 1 about 20 to 30 yards behind it, 1 on the Tiger we need to go hit, 1 up in the farmhouse. The farmhouse one is usually suppressed by the Shermans, but not always. And just when you think you have cover, the Tiger will start blowing the bridge to shit. So really, there is one decently safe place to stand on this bridge, and that's behind this Kugelbahn.
Because we know they are immune to tank fire.
They're immune to tank fire and everything like that. You know, there you go. Now, I need to make it all the way across this bridge and into that trench to be safe. With 3 machine guns shooting at me, plus an indeterminate number of infinitely respawning Germans over a 270-degree field of attack.
Sounds reasonable.
Fuck you, Foley.
Well, I guess to be fair on Foley, what were his other options like?
Anything! You know, letting us go back and try to flank. Asking the Shermans to, you know, soften up the area or shoot the machine gun emplacements a bit before sending us in. I don't fucking care. But this is a suicide mission. We're going straight into the teeth of 3 different machine guns and entrenched enemy positions over an area that has absolutely no cover to speak of. I mean, let's just watch our American allies right here. Just keep your eyes on them. You notice how they're getting butchered wholesale?
They're doing great.
Foley, this is your fault.
You're taking them for the team. It's good to see. I like to imagine that when Foley gave that order, our record actually did a scratch. Like, it's just this pause, and like Moody just takes his gramophone out of his pack and goes, "Ah, damn it!"
Did you really just say that? Yeah, we got it, Captain. Fuck. Okay, so now you've seen that I've made it over here to the trench. Checkpoint 1. Now, this is great. Of course, the game doesn't automatically save, and now I'm in the field of view of that Tiger's main cannon. You notice there that I waited for the Tiger to fire, because if you are anywhere in the open, or even by the area where you can get out of the trench, the Tiger can and will blast your ass off from full health. So, instant death after the first checkpoint, which the game doesn't say that. Also a fantastic design decision. And now we've still got infinitely spawning Germans coming from that bunker or that bridge, so you need to make it over here. Only there's still people in that bunker, which you have probably cleared out about 3 or 4 times by now. Problem is that, you know, they're still infinitely spawning, so they don't stay down.
Oh dear, this Let's Play is now in suffering vision.
I mean, I was actually thinking about doubling the speed here, and you know, I mean, I would have if it had gone on any longer than it is. I mean, it's worth noting that, you know, as much as I'm complaining about this, during one of my practice runs, I died about 25 times trying to get through this once. I think here I end up dying like 4, maybe 5 times. So this is still doing really damn good.
25 deaths trying to run this shit. Jesus.
And I tell you truthfully, you know, the first 15 or so, there really wasn't anything I could do about. Another 10 or so was probably combat fatigue and just frustration.
Yep. You start to just get so irritated, everything just starts falling apart.
This is not something you want to encourage among your gaming public. There's something that's also kind of harrowing, by the way.
Oh yeah, that cracks me up every single time the cover gets blown away right next to you. It's just like, oh dear.
God bless.
Why are you doing this to me, Call of Duty?
Oh lord. It's also worth noting that, you know, the Germans here are impeccably armed. There's a number of MP40s, or MP44s. There's a bunch of MP40s, and almost every rifle user is a Gewehr 43.
I can only shake my head, which the audience can't see, but that's okay. I just narrated my actions. It's...
They can hear it in your voice. They can probably hear it in mine, too.
Oh, Roger's going right in. It's now standing out in the open so we can reload the butt of his rifle.
All I can tell you is that, yeah, he's dead. Rogers is dead.
R.I.P. Rogers, you will be missed. Except by the German you punched in the head.
Oh, yeah. So after you're here and you're safe here for a moment, it's the danger has mostly passed. There's still infinitely spawning Germans coming from the barn up in here, but at the very least you're at a point where you can get your allies to go forward and hopefully distract them a little bit.
There's the tools they expect you to take the target down with, I'm guessing.
Yeah, usually they'll provide you a Panzerfaust to scrap the Tiger. You know, as far as I go, you know, I've got my bazooka, but whatever.
Good work, boys. Count your arms and legs and follow me.
So that's how you're supposed to do this, and I'm going to let it fade out to victory, you know, like it normally does, but then we've got my way of doing things right after this.
I assume the arms and legs requirements just so we can start slapping Foley around.
He deserves more bazooka shots in the face. Shut up, Foley. God damn it.
I'm good for it.
So, my view on this is if you've imported a bazooka and you've got 2 shots, why not just hit it from the only safe place on the battlefield? No muss, No fuss.
Good work, boys. Count your arms. And
The problem with this is that the game still doesn't expect that you've done this, and when you come across the bridge, it respawns the infinite Germans.
And Foley runs off to give his speech.
Yep.
Great.
Now,
While getting shot by Germans. How is this not the best response?
and then there's the Shermans that come behind us, and they couldn't possibly care less, even going to, run over a bunch of our friendly corpses. Now, it's important to know that when Foley starts speaking, he freezes me in place. Just keep that in mind here for a moment. So you know what? Fuck you, Foley. Just fuck you, Foley.
Foley, what are you doing? You are the American infantryman's worst nightmare.
And if you manage to somehow kill off all of the Germans after Foley starts speaking, it will stop their spawning. Good luck with that being stationary, though. I mean, I'm just saying. So, for all of this bullshit that gets piled on right at the end, I say, Foy can fry. Fuck Foley. This is how it ends. You're not getting the nice outro. You're getting this big ass mission failed with a quote from Sherman. Enjoy that, folks. Until next time, when we do something that's a hell of a lot more fun, but has just as much Foley. I've been Cool Guy.
I have been the last Robo Guy.
Take care of yourselves and all those you love, folks.
The graph spiked very markedly at the end as well.